Okay, so I'd like to talk about planned obsolescence, which is when a company makes a product. Let's take a washing machine for an example. They'll make a washing machine and it'll work, but it's made in a way so the parts wear out, because where's the profit for a company or a corporation? If you say you own Hotpoint or Zanussi or one of these washing machine manufacturers, where's the profit if you make a product that is so good that it's going to last for 40 or 50 years without breaking down? Or so what planned obsolescence is, it's basically it's planned into the production that the product will break down. So they'll make a product good enough to work, but it's not as good as it could be, because there's no profit for a company if you make a product that that lasts for 40 or 50 years. Then they'd run out of money, wouldn't they? Corporations make money from selling products and keep selling products, and but it's insane really, because we live in a culture where they go on about recycling and saving the environment. We have a population in 2016 of 7.4 billion people on this earth, and in 1970 it was only 3.7 billion. So it's doubled in 46 years really. It's doubled the population of this earth. So there's more and more people sharing the same resources really. So in one way they're going on about save the environment, recycle things, but yet in another way it's very wasteful. It's very wasteful that things break down so quickly really, within a couple of years. To use the washing machine example again, when a washing machine spins, it spins on a set of ball bearings inside, and the ones they use these days are quite cheap, even compared to the ones say in the 1950s or 60s. They'd be longer lasting. They use cheap ball bearings now. So what happens is after a couple of years the drums can start to shake, and you have to replace your machine really, or spend a lot of money getting it fixed. So we have the technology. God, if in 1969 we put a man on the moon, that was what's that, 47 years ago or something. We put a man on the moon, and if you think about a space craft, how strong it must be to resist the pressure in the atmosphere, and and that was all that time ago. So I'm pretty sure that we could invent a washing machine that would last for 40 or 50 years by using stronger components, but they don't, because it's in the interests that their product will break down, because they can obviously sell you another machine then. It's a crazy world, it really is. It's a mad world. It's an amazing world as well. It's an amazing life is amazing, and the world's fantastic, but on the other side it's pretty crazy as well. I read the statistic that there was the 95 I think it's the 95 richest people in the world own more wealth than the poorest 2 billion people, which to me is just ridiculous. You could fit 90 people on a bus, on a double-decker bus. You could fit 90 people, 95 people or whatever, and those people include Bill Gates, who is the richest man in the world, and yeah, he does do a lot of work for charity and stuff. I understand that, and it's not jealousy that these people have all this money. It's just the disparity. It's the inequality of this in this world, and that doesn't make me sound like a radical communist or anything like that. It's just common sense that we shouldn't have people scavenging off garbage tips, people living in slums, people living in shacks with filthy drinking water and diseases and scraping together some money to buy a loaf of bread or whatever, and in the Western countries like England and Germany and the United States and the developed countries, it's easy to forget that this stuff goes on because it's out of sight, out of mind. We're happy with our lives and happy-ish, or are we? But anyway, we can forget sometimes how crap it is for some people, and I find it bizarre that we spend all this money on space exploration, which on its own isn't a bad thing. It's you could call it progress, but why try and discover other planets when we can't even sort the problems out on this Earth? We think we're advanced and we call ourselves civilized man, but we're really not that civilized because we're still killing each other, and it's 2016, and enormous amounts of money and resources and precious metals and stuff are spent on the war machine, and it's really childish. It's like, well, actually no, children are more intelligent than adults, and I actually believe that in some ways. As I was telling my 10-year-old son that, and what I mean by that is when I'm talking about a certain type of intelligence, not the ability to be good at maths or English or to be sarcastic and ironic and all this. Children have they're not the ones going around bombing people and blowing people up, and children don't use the intelligence they have to make evil bombs and arms fairs and stuff. And but we live in a crazy world. We do. A world of inequality, a world of and even the developed countries, like the United States and England, we have all this technology and thousands of TV channels and the internet, which the internet's an amazing thing. It is. But it's like every technology that's invented is, you can do good with it or bad with it. But sometimes I wonder where the world is going. Where's it heading? Okay, we're progressing, and I'm not against progress, because if we didn't have progress, we'd still have all these diseases that killed people, and we'd be living in a cave or something. So I'm not against progress, but progress for the sake of it, at what cost? At what cost? We're progressing, but it seems to people are working longer and longer hours, and like I talked about before, the disparity. There's these families, these 90 whatever richest people, and then there's people that are just scraping by in awful conditions, and it shouldn't be that way. But I've heard it said that there's more processing power in a mobile phone or in a like a tablet like this. There's more processing power in this than the processing power that put a man on the moon. So we've got this amazing technology now, and it's I don't know. I just think that it's insane to me that there's people without clean drinking water. It's insane that we have these slums and this, I don't know, and yet we're thinking about going to other planets, and I don't know. I just don't think. I don't know. You wonder where the world is going. Where is it going? Is it going anywhere? Is it getting better? I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't think it's any worse now than it was 500 years ago or 1,000 years ago. We just have a different set of problems now. We have a different set of problems. There's always been bad stuff going on in the world. Always, really bad stuff thousands of years ago. Just different stuff. But where is it going? you know, we have a situation, I guess, a bit like Brave New World, really, the book by Aldous Huxley. There was two of those dystopian novels that people think of in the same bracket. You've got 1984, which is George Orwell, and in that book, Winston Smith is the main guy in it, and he works for the was it Ministry of Information or something. Anyway, in that book, everything's monitored. Like in that world, everything's monitored. You know, your cameras everywhere and stuff. But in the other one by Aldous Huxley, Brave New World, it's kind of the opposite. People have got everything they want. The kind of entertainment is everywhere, and people are pacified like that. So distracted by entertainment, and I guess that is closer to what we have now. We have, like I said before, we have hundreds of thousands of TV channels, and you can have what you want. You can watch what you want, the most whatever. It's all there, you know. And I don't think people are happier because of it. I just think you have more choices, but are people happier? I don't think so. I've kind of got off topic a bit anyway from what I was talking about before, which is planned obsolescence, but it's kind of mad. It really is mad. The world could be structured so much better. It really could. There's economists who know a lot more about it than me, you know, that have come up with blueprints for, you know, radical economists that shows how things could be structured, but people kind of just think, this is just the way things are. You know, things are not going to change. This is, well, you know, that's a tricky one. I think things could be better. Definitely could be better. There could be an abundance for all, really. It could be people shouldn't need to be working 12, 16 hours doing their jobs, and people in Indonesia who are exploited, or people in China, or, you know, living on a pittance of money, scraping by, and it shouldn't be like that. It should never be like that in the first place. So there does need to be a radical overhaul of the system, really.
Diese Verbindung kann nicht hergestellt werden. Bitte kontrollieren Sie die gewählte Nummer und versuchen Sie es erneut. Votre appel ne peut malheureusement pas être acheminé. Veuillez vérifier le numéro composé et essayez à nouveau. Siamo spiacenti. La chiamata non può essere completata. La preghiamo di controllare il numero e riprovare. We are sorry. Your call cannot be completed as dialed. Please check the number and dial again.